Roberty, let's talk about how Manchester United afford to sign Carlos Baleba from Brighton. We'll be talking about some way Manchester United can raise funds, some options, how we can finance this deal, and much more. But firstly, listen, Carlos Baleba, he'd be the dream midfield target. He's someone who all United fans want. He's the perfect profile, age, Prem experience, the sort of player Manchester United need. Ruben Amorim pushing for a midfielder. And again, we're in desperate need of one. The Ugarte performances that we've been seeing, the balance that we have in midfield is just not there. And again, we need someone. Again, it's going to be very, very difficult to get the deal done. And we'll be going through what Brighton value him at and how we can manoeuvre for a deal. Now, Carlos Baleba is happy to stay at Brighton this summer. A move is considered more likely next summer. Brighton have an asking price of a whopping £104 million, which is something the Bridgewater has been reporting 90 plus 10. But yeah, they have an asking price of 104 million for clubs who wanted to pursue a deal, and I think that's something that Manchester United would know already. Now, in terms of how we're going to finance this deal, again, what I'm going to say probably won't happen, but it's something certainly interesting to talk about. There are ways Manchester United can generate money, and if there's any player you're going to generate for, it would be someone who's going to transform your midfield and bring in that immediate quality in. Now, as I said, Baleba's happy to stay. I think he's content. He's playing game in, game out for Brighton. They're a good side. Again, the United project though, we're attracting a lot of players at the moment. Could he be the next one to come in after that? Obviously, Andre Onana is reportedly helping the case as well. Obviously, he's got a fellow Cameroon international in Mbeumo there as well. So maybe those two could play a part. But in terms of how we're going to finance this now, I'm only going to talk about what we can do right now, not about what we've done already. But in terms of what we can do, you're going to hopefully get between 40 to 50 million for Garnacho. So just say 45 million for Garnacho for Chelsea. So that gives you more or less just under half of what they want. Then you get rid of Sancho. Maybe you get, well, just say you get Sancho on loan and you save 10 million of his wages. So that's 55 million. Then you get rid of Anthony on a loan, just say again, because it seems very, very difficult like we're going to sell these players. So you save roughly 10 million in wages. That's 65 million. And then Rasmus Højlund leaves, obviously 40 million, 30 to 40 million you get for him. That's going to be 105 million. Now, again, the likelihood of that happening is very, very difficult, but there are ways Manchester United can finance a deal. Now, again, what would you say Baleba's worth? I mean, if you were to look on transfer market for how much he's worth, I'm going to say he's worth maybe 100. Well, he's not worth one transfer market, he'd be worth around 120. I'm going to say he is probably worth around £100 million. He's a very, very good midfielder. Very, very talented as well. Let's see what he's worth. Again, he's a dream midfield target. Manchester United want him. His stats are fantastic. I will give you some of his stats in a moment. But there are ways Manchester United can finance this deal. Oh no, it says 40 million euros. I mean, that's not right. Baleba ain't worth that. I mean, if United went in with that sort of bid, they'd get immediately rejected. I don't think Brighton would even consider that now. 100 million is probably about right. What he's done so far in the Premier League, what he's done for Brighton, they're a selling club. They've got 150 million. They know clubs would be interested in signing him. But yeah, there are ways around this. United, in order to get this deal done, we have to sell players, and that includes Højlund. Now we bought in Sesko. That includes Garnacho, Malacia, Sancho, Anthony. I've already mentioned Garnacho. Maybe a Casemiro. Like, there are ways to generate money around this. And again, United will have to make sales. I think that is a very, very obvious thing. I don't think we can go to Brighton and say, we'll give you £100 million. Give us Baleba, because we just don't have the money to do that. We know Ruben Amorim is pushing for a midfielder, and that's the position he wants the most. After the positions we've already signed, which makes sense. I think his focus was to bring in goals, and that's something that he's done with Cunha, Mbeumo and Sesko, and he's brought experience as well. But now he's focused on bringing in that midfield, because you do need quality now. As I said, there are ways we can afford it, but is it realistic? Probably not. But there's some things that I think Manchester United can do. We're going to have to sell players to do that, and again, there are definitely ways we can generate money. If you get Sancho on a permanent, you'll probably get 15 million for him, as well as saving money on a lot of wages. You get rid of Anthony, again, 10 million on wages, and if you get a sell-on fee as well. So, listen, United can generate money. We know how much we want to get for it, how much they want, how much we want to get. So let's see what happens.